So I just posted a video and realized I did not talk about today's date. Today is January 10th, 2017, and I don't like January 10th. Don't like the date at all, and I don't think I ever will. Something good happens on this day in my life, but I've had two negative things happen on this day. One is very significant. December 2001, I learned I was pregnant, and I was already going to be high risk. So I went and saw a high-risk doctor, and I learned I had twin transfusion syndrome, also known as TTTS. Twin transfusion syndromes, where one baby's pretty much, the way I describe it, one baby's getting too much of the nutrients, and the other's not getting enough, causing one baby to work like crazy. And the one that's going to work like crazy could end up having a heart attack and dying inside of you, and then in result, the other baby's going to feed off that one and die. I went and saw my regular OBGYN in January 2002, early part. I want to say it was probably around the 4th, I think it was, of January. And we ran all kinds of tests. My mother went to that appointment with me. And we were there for hours. It was on a Monday. No, that was a Monday. So, no, it wasn't January 4th. It would have been January 6th. It was a Monday. My mom and I were there forever. We got home, got pizza on the way home, and ate. My son was 2.5 at the time, and he was at my mother-in-law's house. So my mom had just left my house. I was home alone, and I get a phone call from a hospital in Tampa saying I'm a candidate for the surgery. And there was only 2 doctors in the country that knew about this surgery. One was in Tampa, Florida. The other was in Wisconsin. And I live in Ohio, so I wanted to go to Florida. So they said I was a candidate, and I need to be down there Wednesday for ultrasounds, Thursday for the surgery. I said, this week. And they said, yes, this week. I said, can I call you back? I hung up with the nurses, the doctor's office. Nurse, I think, is who I talked to. And, sorry, my husband just texted me. And, I called my mother. My mother told me to call him back, tell him I'd be there. She'd go home. She was on her way home, and make all the arrangements. So I called back, told him we'd be there, and my mother made reservations for 4 airline tickets for me, her, my ex-mother-in-law, my ex-husband. And we flew to Florida. We were told this was an experimental surgery. We weren't sure if insurance was going to cover it. And I was told it was about $16,000. I was 24 years old. I didn't have $16,000. I don't even think I had $1,000. So my mom was going to take out her 401k, whatever she had to do to help me save my babies. We flew to Florida. My son drove to Florida with my father, my twin brother, my oldest sister. She's 8 years older than me. She was actually pregnant at the same time and due in April, and I was due in June of 2002. Her husband and my nephew. My grandfather and his wife, who we don't like to this day. My grandfather's now deceased. His wife is, well, I won't get into that, but not a fan. They came to the hospital. My uncle and his wife, they live in Florida as well, came to the hospital. So everybody was at the hospital. I had a huge support system, which was wonderful. I couldn't imagine going through this with no support system. Anyways, I remember everything, it seems like, to a T of what went on everywhere. I remember it was a Tuesday. We went out to dinner the night before. I'm sorry, Wednesday we went out to dinner. It was my mom's birthday, January 9th. And we were out to dinner, and I remember my son was 2.5, running around like crazy. Earlier that day, we were in the ultrasound. My mom and my mother-in-law were with me. I'm having an itch, and you have Sjogren's, you know you get a nice itch and it doesn't stop itching. And I've been using Cetaphil, and it's got no smell to it. Anyhow, I've got a little red from itching. It's so red. So I usually just put some non-fragrant lotion on, and it helps a heck of a lot. Okay, sorry I got off track, but I couldn't concentrate. Anyways, during my ultrasound with my mom and my mother-in-law, you saw a little hand go like this across the screen, and I remember my mom saying, "Oh, look, he's saying help me." Well, I found out I was having boys. When you have twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, it's only found in identical twins, and I was having identical twin boys. I was going to be Adam and Alex had my mom had both boys. I had a brother, and she had a girl, so she just named us Allison, and then my brother's Terry, after my dad. We have Amy, Abby, Amanda, Allison. So she tried to keep up the A's, and she's going to make us Adam and Alex. So in the airplane, my ex-husband and I decided, had we had the babies, my son's name's Austin, we were going to do Adam and Alex. Anyways, so they were, Mom, you know, they were boys, waved. Mom made the comment, help us. And to this day, she remembers saying that. Anyways, we went to dinner for Mom's birthday Wednesday night. Austin was running around like a little toddler, being a little brat. I just lost it. Asked my ex-husband to control him, you know, and he's giving me a lip, you know. You can help too, you know, normal bickering as a kid. And then I just lost it and told him that the doctor told me during my ultrasound that he's had 400 surgeries and he's lost one patient. And my ex told me if there was a chance of death, I was not doing the surgery. I told him there's always a chance. Any surgery, there's a chance. And I was doing the surgery to save my babies. Thursday, I was asked if some doctors from Michigan could sit in on the surgery. And I was all for it. I remember laying in the operating room with my hands off to the side, strapped down, and I was already 40 pounds overweight. I was nothing but amniotic fluid. I couldn't breathe laying on my back. And I told the doctor I was going to pass out. So they turned the whole entire table so I'm tilted. And next thing I knew, I'm waking up to the doctor doing this. Allie, are you okay? Are you awake? And I wake up and he tells me they had to take the babies or they were going to lose me. I was in and out of it, so I wasn't comprehending. My mother and my ex-husband were the first ones back in the operating room to see, or in the recovery room to see me. And next were my dad and my sister, who was pregnant, and then my ex-mother-in-law and my twin brother. I remember, even though I was so groggy, my brother coming back there for maybe 10 seconds and leaving. I later learned he went to the bathroom and they could hear him bawling in the bathroom. And if you know my brother, it's not my brother. I had a tube down my throat, an oxygen mask on, you know, the ET finger for the oxygen level. I had IVs in both hands. I still have a scar on my hand, both hands. I remember the IV busting in my hand when I was in the hospital. And my hand got really big, and I asked the nurse, "Is this normal?" She said, "No, my mouth's really dry." I'm noticing that. And so, sorry, I can't say that. Anyways, one baby was born with a heartbeat. They weighed 6 pounds and 8 ounces. They said that's a big difference that early in the stage. Anyways, one baby, we were told we had to do a death certificate. So my ex-husband's name is Gary and his dad's name's Gary. My dad's name's Terry, my brother's name's Terry. So on the death certificate, it reads Gary Terry. That way we can remember both of them, I guess. So this happened on January 10th. And I don't cry a lot about it anymore. It's been 15 years. But when I get talking about it, my life would be so much different now. I'd have 3 boys. I would never have had my daughter. She'll be 14 in September. I got pregnant. I found out I was pregnant about a year after I lost the twins. Anyways, I love my daughter, and I couldn't imagine my life without her. And I tell my ex-mother-in-law tells her to this day, your mom probably would have still had you. No, I wouldn't have. And I told my daughter this because I could tell my doctor, you will tie my tubes as soon as I have these twins. I'm not having any more babies. And having 3 boys, I'd be in a nut house. So, January 10th is a huge day for me. My mom, when I call my mom every day after work, and when I call her today, she'll say, I remember, and then she'll probably break down crying and get me all teared up, and I'll try not to cry because I don't want to cry. I try to hold it all in, but there's just times you've got to let it go. Anyways, I guess that's all. And if you have any questions about twin transfusion syndrome, it's not very common. I'm trying to think. I mean, I had it 2000. Sorry, I'm thinking my son's born 1999. I had it in 2002, so not many people know about it. And I wish there was a lot of awareness about it, but there's not. And I don't have anything to show for it. Thanks.